Hi, I'm Anthony Cook. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is my very first video, which will be about the partial lunar eclipse that will happen on, depending on your time zone, Thursday night, November 18th, or Friday morning, November 19th. This diagram shows the changing appearance of the full moon as it passes through the shadow of the Earth on that night. To make the parts of the shadow visible, the blue can be thought of as a gigantic card held 252,000 miles away from us in the direction opposite the sun at the distance of the moon. Because the sun is not a point source of light, the shadow of our planet is very fuzzy, with an indistinct outer part called the penumbra that receives some sunlight, and the dark umbra, where direct sunlight is cut off. The diagram shows the moon passing through the penumbra into the umbra before it continues out of the shadow. In this eclipse, 99% of the moon's surface will be covered by the umbra, so it is a partial eclipse, not quite total. This simulated view from the moon at the start of the eclipse shows the side of the Earth then facing the moon. Notice how North and South America are directly facing the moon. The orange ring represents the Earth's atmosphere, which acts like a lens and bends the light from all the Earth's sunrises and sunsets into the umbra. This illuminates the moon with a faint coppery glow. The sun is completely behind the Earth as seen from most of the moon at the time of the greatest eclipse. Notice that the Americas have rotated eastward. When the moon leaves the umbra, the Americas are beginning to turn away and dawn is starting on the eastern seaboard. This kind of diagram makes the viewing situation around the world very clear. In Central Europe, through Africa, the moon is setting just as the eclipse starts. North and South America get a pretty clear view of nearly the entire eclipse, while the eclipse is ending just as the moon is rising in parts of Asia. This version has the Pacific times of the stages of the eclipse indicated. Versions of this chart labeled with all the different time zones used in the United States and Universal Time appear at the end of this video. Here's what we should expect to see. When the moon first reaches the penumbra, nothing changes immediately. The moon typically has to be about half immersed in the penumbra for any shading to be seen. This should be noticed roughly 45 minutes after the start of the eclipse. A definite bite will appear out of the moon when it reaches the umbra. As the moon moves farther into it, be on the lookout for color, orange, although sometimes blue or gray colors appear on the outer edge of the umbra. After greatest eclipse, the moon moves out of the shadow, and we see it emerge from both the umbra and the penumbra, and finally returning to a full moon. It's possible to enjoy the eclipse with no special equipment besides your eyes. A small telescope will allow a clearer view of the shadow's progress, and binoculars work especially well to get a great view of the eclipse. Until later, clear skies to you.